Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to be here today. I want to talk to you about something that has the potential to change your life, not in a single sweeping motion, but incrementally day by day. You see, success isn't something you achieve all at once. It's the result of practicing the right disciplines consistently, making small improvements daily, and gradually building a life of fulfillment, happiness, and success. So today I'm going to share with you 10 things you must improve daily if you want to achieve long-term success. The power of small daily improvements compounding over time is a concept that can radically change how you approach your goals, habits, and ultimately your life. It is easy to think that success or transformation happens in a big dramatic moment, but in reality, most lasting change comes from consistent, incremental improvements made day after day. Just like investing in a financial portfolio where small contributions made consistently over time can grow into significant wealth through compound interest, the same principle applies to personal growth, relationships, health, and virtually every other area of life. Imagine that you're working on improving a skill, whether it's learning to play an instrument, getting in better physical shape, or mastering a professional craft. It can feel overwhelming at first, especially if you look at the large gap between where you are and where you want to be. The mistake many people make is believing that unless they can take a giant leap toward their goal, the effort isn't worth it. They look for shortcuts, quick fixes, or overnight success, and when those don't materialize, they get discouraged and give up. But the truth is, massive change often comes from those small, unglamorous steps you take each day, steps that, on their own, may not seem like much, but over time accumulate into something extraordinary. Let's break it down further. If you commit to improving by just 1% each day, it might not seem like much at first glance. A 1% improvement is so small that it may not even be noticeable immediately. But compound that improvement over a month, a year, or several years, and the results become exponential. After 1 year, for example, if you improve by 1% every day, you'll be nearly 37 times better than when you started. This concept of continuous improvement, known as Kaizen in Japanese culture, has been applied by businesses and individuals alike to achieve remarkable outcomes. Think about it in the context of fitness. If you want to run a marathon but have never run more than a mile, it would be unrealistic and even harmful to expect yourself to go out and run 26 miles on the first day. But if you commit to running a little farther each day, perhaps a quarter mile more every week, your body will gradually adapt and grow stronger. Over time, that small, consistent effort will enable you to reach your marathon goal. It's not just the physical improvement that compounds your mental resilience and discipline grow as well. You start to believe in your ability to accomplish something that once seemed impossible. The same principle applies to learning a new skill. Let's say you want to learn to speak a new language. On day one, you might only be able to learn a handful of words or phrases. But if you practice consistently every day, learning a little more, reviewing what you've learned, and gradually increasing the difficulty over time, you'll reach a level of proficiency that you might never have thought possible. What started as a few scattered words can eventually turn into fluent conversations. The process is slow at first, but with daily dedication, the knowledge accumulates and builds on itself. In the professional world, small daily improvements can be a game changer. Whether you're working to improve your leadership skills, enhance your productivity, or refine your craft, the key to significant long-term success is found in the consistent daily effort. Many people look at successful individuals and assume they were born with extraordinary talent or had a stroke of luck that set them apart. What they often overlook is the countless hours of work and dedication behind the scenes. Those who succeed over the long haul are the ones who commit to the small, everyday actions that lead to greatness. Consider an entrepreneur building a business. At the outset, they might be working alone or with a small team, and the challenges can seem insurmountable. But by focusing on small improvements, whether it's tweaking the product, improving customer service, learning more about marketing, or optimizing operations, they gradually create a company that grows stronger and more competitive over time. The business doesn't become successful overnight. It's the result of consistent, focused effort day in and day out. This same concept applies to personal relationships. In any meaningful relationship, whether it's with a spouse, family member, or friend, it's the small, daily acts of kindness, appreciation, and communication that strengthen the bond over time. A relationship doesn't thrive on grand gestures alone. It thrives on the everyday moments where you show care and attention. Small improvements in how you communicate, listen, and support one another compound into a deeper, more fulfilling connection. If you make an effort every day to be a little more understanding, a little more patient, or a little more attentive, those efforts will accumulate into a relationship that can withstand the inevitable challenges of life. What's important to understand about the power of small improvements is that it works both ways. Just as positive habits and improvements compound over time, so do negative habits. If you neglect certain areas of your life, or if you allow small, harmful habits to persist, those too will accumulate. Skipping workouts, ignoring your health, procrastinating on important tasks, or neglecting relationships may not seem like a big deal in the moment, but over time, the negative effects compound. A missed workout here, a poor diet choice there, or a day spent avoiding meaningful work can snowball into poor health, stress, and a sense of unfulfillment. This is why daily intentionality is so important. You have to choose every day to make improvements, even if they seem small or insignificant at the time. The alternative is to drift, to allow the inertia of daily life to pull you in directions that might not align with your goals or values. Without a commitment to small improvements, you run the risk of letting time slip by without making progress toward the things that matter most to you. Another key element of small daily improvements is that they build momentum. The hardest part of any new habit or goal is often just getting started. But once you take that first step and keep taking steps consistently, the process becomes easier. The effort you put in today makes tomorrow's effort slightly less difficult. This is because with each small success, your confidence and capability grow. You begin to trust in the process, and the effort feels less daunting as you see progress over time. Moreover, small improvements reduce the likelihood of burnout. When you try to tackle too much at once, it's easy to become overwhelmed and discouraged. But when you break your goals down into manageable daily actions, you can sustain your effort over the long term. This is crucial because many people fail to achieve their goals not because they aren't capable, but because they try to do too much too soon, lose motivation, and give up. Small, daily improvements allow you to pace yourself, maintaining your energy and enthusiasm for the journey ahead. A critical aspect of this concept is self-awareness and reflection. Each day it's important to take stock of where you are and where you're headed. Are the small improvements you're making aligned with your ultimate goals? Are you staying on course or getting sidetracked? Daily reflection allows you to adjust your course as needed, ensuring that the small improvements you make are truly moving you in the right direction. It's not enough to just do the work, you have to do the right work, and that requires regular reflection and adjustment. Let's also talk about resilience. Life will inevitably throw challenges, setbacks, and obstacles in your way. The beauty of focusing on small daily improvements is that it builds resilience over time. When you're used to making steady, incremental progress, you become more adaptable and better equipped to handle setbacks. A minor failure or obstacle doesn't derail you because you've built the habit of pushing forward, even when progress is slow or difficult. Each small improvement adds to your foundation of strength and perseverance. Lastly, the power of small daily improvements is deeply tied to the idea of delayed gratification. In a world where we're often conditioned to expect instant results and quick fixes, the idea of slow, steady progress can be difficult to embrace. But true success, whether in health, relationships, career, or personal fulfillment, requires patience. It requires trusting in the process and understanding that the most meaningful rewards come from sustained effort over time. The satisfaction you gain from knowing that you've consistently worked towards your goals is far greater than the fleeting excitement of quick wins. In conclusion, the power of small daily improvements compounding over time is one of the most powerful principles you can apply to your life. It requires patience, discipline, and commitment, but the rewards are enormous. By focusing on making small improvements each day, whether in your personal development, relationships, health, career, or any other area, you'll see exponential growth over time. The process may not be glamorous or immediate, but it is the surest path to lasting success and fulfillment. So take that small step today and then another tomorrow, and watch as those steps turn into a journey that takes you further than you ever thought possible. When we talk about focusing on disciplines that impact every area of your life, we are discussing something that goes beyond mere habits or routines. We're diving into the core principles, the foundational behaviors that have a ripple effect across every domain of your existence, whether it's your personal development, your relationships, your health, your career, or your financial well-being. Disciplines are different from habits in the sense that they are more deliberate, more conscious, and require a level of commitment and consistency that often challenges our natural tendencies toward comfort and inertia. These disciplines form the bedrock upon which a successful, balanced, and fulfilling life is built. Why should we focus on disciplines that touch all aspects of our lives? It's because everything in life is interconnected. Your health affects your energy levels, which in turn affect your ability to perform at work or be present with your loved ones. Your mindset influences how you approach challenges, whether they are physical, emotional, or professional. Your financial habits have a direct impact on your sense of security and freedom, which can either enhance or diminish your overall quality of life. Focusing on a few key disciplines that can improve all these areas simultaneously is a powerful way to create a life that is balanced, sustainable, and fulfilling. To begin, discipline in the area of personal growth is essential because personal growth feeds into everything else. It's a constant pursuit of learning, self-awareness, and improvement. Without this, you become stagnant. Life is dynamic, and the world around you is always changing, so in order to keep up, you have to be willing to grow and adapt continuously. Personal growth doesn't just mean acquiring new skills or knowledge, it also means understanding yourself better, becoming more emotionally intelligent, and learning how to manage your thoughts and emotions in ways that serve you rather than hinder you. When you practice the discipline of personal growth every day, it has a profound impact on your relationships. As you grow and become more self-aware, you start to understand the needs, desires, and emotions of others more effectively. You become a better communicator, a better listener, and ultimately a better friend, partner, and leader. Personal growth fosters empathy, patience, and resilience, all traits that strengthen relationships. Relationships thrive on understanding, and the more disciplined you are in your personal growth, the more you can contribute to building deep, meaningful connections with others. Another discipline that impacts all areas of life is time management. How you manage your time is how you manage your life. Time is your most precious resource because it's finite, and how you use it determines your productivity, your ability to achieve your goals, and even your overall happiness. Time management is not just about scheduling, it's about prioritizing what matters most and allocating your time in a way that reflects your values and goals. If you practice the discipline of managing your time effectively, you'll find that you have more control over your life. You'll experience less stress because you're not constantly scrambling to meet deadlines or catch up on work. You'll have more time for the things that matter, whether that's spending time with loved ones, pursuing hobbies, or simply relaxing and recharging. Effective time management also has a direct impact on your career. When you know how to prioritize your tasks and focus on what's most important, you become more productive and efficient at work. And this doesn't just lead to better results in terms of output, it also builds your reputation as someone who is reliable, disciplined, and capable. Over time, this opens up opportunities for advancement, whether it's a promotion, a new project, or the chance to take on more responsibility. In this way, the discipline of time management becomes a cornerstone for professional success. Another discipline that affects all areas of life is health and wellness. Your physical health is the foundation upon which everything else is built. If you don't have the energy, strength, or mental clarity that comes from good health, it's difficult to be effective in other areas of your life. Physical discipline means exercising regularly, eating nutritious foods, getting enough sleep, and taking care of your body in a way that allows you to perform at your best. This isn't just about avoiding illness or injury, though those are important. It's also about feeling good in your body and having the energy and vitality to pursue your goals. But physical discipline also impacts your mental health. The mind and body are deeply connected, and when you take care of your body, your mind benefits too. Exercise, for example, has been shown to reduce stress, improve mood, and enhance cognitive function. A healthy diet fuels your brain as well as your body, giving you the mental clarity and focus you need to excel in your personal and professional life. Sleep is another critical component. Without enough rest, your decision-making ability, emotional regulation, and overall well-being suffer. By maintaining discipline in your physical health, you're not just taking care of your body, you're also setting yourself up for success in every other area of your life. Now let's talk about financial discipline, another crucial area that impacts everything else. Money is often seen as a purely practical concern, but in reality it touches every part of your life. Financial stress can strain relationships, damage your health, and reduce your overall quality of life. On the other hand, financial security gives you the freedom to make choices that align with your values, whether that's pursuing a passion, starting a business, or simply having the peace of mind that comes from knowing you're prepared for the future. Practicing financial discipline means living within your means, saving regularly, and investing wisely. It means being mindful of your spending and making conscious choices about how you use your resources. Over time, financial discipline leads to security and freedom, which in turn affects your stress levels, your relationships. True success is not a matter of achieving one singular goal or reaching a specific milestone. It's about creating a life that is fulfilling and meaningful across multiple dimensions. Many people chase success in one area, whether it be their career, financial achievements, or personal accolades, but often neglect the importance of personal growth and the relationships that enrich our lives. True success, however, comes from finding a balance between your personal development and the relationships you cultivate with others. These two pillars, personal growth and relationships, are deeply intertwined and need to be harmonized to create a life of deep satisfaction, purpose, and joy. Personal growth is an essential aspect of success. It encompasses your intellectual, emotional, physical, and spiritual development. It's about continually learning, improving, and becoming the best version of yourself. Personal growth allows you to unlock your potential and live a life that is aligned with your values and ambitions. It pushes you to move beyond your comfort zone, acquire new skills, and deepen your understanding of yourself and the world around you. However, if personal growth becomes a solitary pursuit, disconnected from relationships, it can become isolating and ultimately unsatisfying. On the other hand, relationships are the foundation of our lives. Humans are social beings, and meaningful connections with others are fundamental to our well-being. Whether these relationships are with family, friends, colleagues, or a partner, they provide us with love, support, encouragement, and a sense of belonging. Relationships help us feel connected and remind us that we are part of something bigger than ourselves. They enrich our experiences and give our lives meaning. However, relationships without personal growth can become stagnant, and over-reliance on others for fulfillment can lead to codependency, frustration, or a lack of self-realization. The real key to success lies in balancing these two areas, nurturing both your personal growth and your relationships. When you grow as an individual, you bring more to your relationships. You become more empathetic, understanding, and supportive. You also become better equipped to handle the challenges that inevitably arise in relationships, whether it's with a spouse, family members, friends, or co-workers. At the same time, the support and love you receive from your relationships fuel your personal growth, providing you with the emotional foundation to pursue your goals and face the difficulties of life with resilience and strength. One of the reasons why balancing personal growth and relationships is so crucial to true success is because of the interdependence of these two areas. As you grow personally, you develop qualities like patience, empathy, and emotional intelligence, which are essential for building and maintaining strong, healthy relationships. Without personal growth, your relationships may suffer because you're unable to manage conflicts, understand differing perspectives, or communicate effectively. For example, personal development can teach you how to better handle your emotions, reducing the likelihood of unnecessary arguments or misunderstandings. It can also help you become more attuned to the needs and feelings of others, allowing you to nurture deeper connections. At the same time, relationships can serve as the catalyst for personal growth. When you are in meaningful relationships, you are often challenged to grow in ways you might not have anticipated. Relationships require compromise, vulnerability, and selflessness, all qualities that foster personal growth. Being in a committed partnership, for example, may push you to become more patient or to learn how to express your emotions more effectively. Similarly, parenting often encourages individuals to grow in ways they never thought possible, developing patience, selflessness, and the ability to prioritize someone else's needs over their own. It's also important to acknowledge that not all personal growth is positive for relationships if it's pursued in a self-centered way. If your personal development becomes overly focused on individual achievement or self-promotion, it can cause friction in your relationships. You may become too focused on your goals, neglecting the people who matter most to you. For example, if you're always working late to get ahead in your career but never spend quality time with your family or friends, your relationships will suffer. Success achieved at the expense of relationships often feels hollow. You might reach the pinnacle of your career or accomplish a personal goal, but without people to share it with, the victory can feel empty. This is why balance is so crucial. Achieving balance between personal growth and relationships is not about compromising or sacrificing one for the other. It's about understanding that personal growth and relationships are mutually reinforcing. Personal growth helps you bring your best self to your relationships, and healthy relationships provide the emotional nourishment and support that enables you to grow even more. To truly succeed, you must integrate these two areas into your life, ensuring that your pursuit of personal development enhances your relationships. and that your relationships in turn contribute to your ongoing growth. A practical example of this balance can be found in the way you manage your time. If you're focused solely on personal growth, such as pursuing career advancement, fitness goals, or education, you might allocate all of your time and energy to those pursuits, leaving little room for relationships. On the other hand, if you devote all your time to relationships, you might neglect your personal goals, leading to feelings of frustration or unfulfillment. To strike the right balance, you must consciously divide your time and attention between personal growth activities and nurturing your relationships. This might mean setting aside specific times for personal development, such as reading, exercising, or working on professional goals, while also making sure that you prioritize regular quality time with loved ones. Another key aspect of balancing personal growth and relationships is communication. Open, honest communication is essential for maintaining strong relationships, especially when you're striving to grow as an individual. If you're working on personal goals that require significant time or effort, it's important to communicate your intentions and needs to the people around you. Let them know what you're working toward and why it matters to you. This allows them to understand your motivations and support you in your growth journey. At the same time, it's important to listen to the needs and concerns of your loved ones, ensuring that your personal pursuits don't negatively impact your relationships. Self-awareness is another critical component of balancing personal growth and relationships. Being self-aware means understanding how your actions, decisions, and behaviors impact the people around you. It involves regularly reflecting on your growth journey and assessing whether it's in harmony with your relationships. If you find that your personal growth is causing strain in your relationships, it may be time to adjust your approach. This doesn't mean abandoning your personal goals, but rather finding ways to pursue them in a way that complements rather than detracts from your relationships. For example, you might involve your partner or family in your personal development activities, such as exercising together, learning a new skill as a team, or discussing books or ideas that you're passionate about. Balancing personal growth and relationships also requires patience and adaptability. Both growth and relationships are dynamic processes that evolve over time. What works for you at one stage of life may not be suitable in another. For example, when you're younger and just starting out in your career, you may need to devote more time to personal development, building skills, and establishing yourself professionally. However, as you grow older and perhaps start a family, your focus may shift more toward nurturing relationships and finding a better work-life balance. Recognizing that the balance between personal growth and relationships will shift over time is important for long-term success. It's about adapting to the changing circumstances of life while maintaining your commitment to both personal development and meaningful connections. One of the greatest benefits of achieving balance between personal growth and relationships is the sense of fulfillment it brings. Personal growth alone can feel like an endless pursuit, with each accomplishment leading to the next goal, but when it's paired with strong, supportive relationships, it feels more meaningful. Similarly, relationships without personal growth can feel unfulfilling if you're not also developing as an individual. When you find the right balance, you experience a sense of harmony and contentment, knowing that you're growing as a person while also building deep, meaningful connections with others. Ultimately, true success comes from recognizing that personal growth and relationships are not opposing forces, but complementary ones. Personal growth enhances your ability to contribute to your relationships, making you a better partner, friend, and colleague. In turn, strong relationships provide the love, support, and encouragement that allow you to continue growing and evolving. By striving to balance these two areas, you create a life that is not only successful in the traditional sense, but also rich in meaning, connection, and joy. In conclusion, the journey to true success is not about choosing between personal growth and relationships, but about integrating them in a way that allows you to thrive in both areas. It's about becoming the best version of yourself while also nurturing the relationships that give your life meaning. When you strike this balance, you create a life that is not only successful by external measures, but deeply fulfilling and rewarding on a personal level.